Well, in the previous session, we have discussed about collections and sets. In this session, we will talk about representation of a set. Well, sets are usually represented by capital letters like A, B, S, etc. Usually, we name the sets as with the capital letters of English alphabet. All right. And the elements or the variable what we introduce to write the set are generally represented by italic lowercase letter a, x, y, etc. It's not a rule, but generally we do it. We write the elements in lowercase letters. Well, easiest way to specify a set is to list all the elements, which we call the roster form. But it is not always feasible for large and infinite set. We are not supposed to, or we cannot actually write all the elements. We cannot list out all of them. So we use a rule to specify that set. We'll talk about it in the later stage. Well, now the sets are generally represented using curly braces. So you cannot use parentheses, you cannot use square brackets. We have to use curly braces only to represent a set. In most of the cases, in 99.99% cases, the sets are represented in curly braces only. All right. Well, when we write the set, the order of elements does not matter. Suppose I am to write A, capital A, capital B, capital C. If there are these three elements, then this set is equal to B, comma C, comma A. That is, the set order of elements does not matter, but we often write them in order. फिर भी हम order में लिखते हैं. क्यों? Because it is easier for humans to understand it that way. अगर systematic लिखा हुआ हो, अगर एक के बाद एक order में लिखा हुआ हो, तो ये समझने में आसान रहता है. जैसे 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is easily understandable. Then 3, 5, 2, 4, 1. So we often write it in order, but the order is not important while writing a set. All right. Specifying a set. Set do not have duplicate elements. Suppose we want to write the set of vowels in alphabet. So it makes no sense to list them as A, E, I, O, U. No. It's meaningless. It's useless to repeat the elements. So what we really want is just A, E, I, O, U. Suppose I am given a word school. SCHOOL, and I am to write the set containing the letters. Okay, so what we can do is obviously S, then C, then H, then O one time only, and L. So O will not be repeated. So this is how we do. Also, if I want to make the set of students in our class, but obviously it is no sense to list somebody twice. So while writing the sets, duplicate elements will not be written, means one element will be written once only. All right. Elements of a set. Well, this is a symbol which is known as epsilon. This is Greek, taken from Greek alphabet, epsilon. If a particular element A belongs to A, then we read that A belongs to A, or we say A is contained in A, or we say small a is an element of A, or we say A is a member of A. Likewise, we can say any of these phrases can be used. This is most used. A belongs to A, or A is an element of A. We can say A is contained in A, or A is a member of A. All are the same things. Well, here we can see this is a set which contains 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 is the element of this set. So this stands for is element of or belongs to. Well, if a particular object do not belong to a set, then we say this is not, does not belong to A. Yeah, A is not an element of A. So 5 is not an element of this set, or 5 does not belong to this set. Or in the other hand, while talking about A, we can say A contains, the set A contains 1, 2, 3 and 4. So a set is said to be contain the various members or elements that makes the set. Suppose I write this set is A. If I name it as A, I can say A contains 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is how we do. Now we have a question. We have to put the appropriate symbol belongs to or does not belong to. This is our set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There are 6 elements in this set A. So we have to check whether 5 is an element of the set A or not. Yes, 5 is an element of A. So we put the epsilon sign. 8 is, obviously 8 is not here. So 8 is not a member of A. 0, we cannot see 0 in this set. So 0 does not belong to A. 4 belongs to A. 4 is an element of A. 2, yes, 2 is an element of A. 2 is an element of A. 10 does not belong to set A. Okay, we have another question. This here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So here are only 4 elements. Please mind it. There are only 4 elements in this set. How? Sorry. There are only 4 elements in this set. So if someone asks, this is the first element, 1, okay, then the second element is a pair, a set of 2 elements. So this is the second element. Suppose आप कभी कभी किसी शॉप पर गए और कुछ चीजें पेयर में मिलती है. सपोज आप एक क्लोथ्स का पेयर ले रहे हैं, तो वहां पर टी शर्ट है, कैपरी है. अगर आप उससे पूछेंगे इस पेयर में से सिर्फ कैपरी दे दो, तो वो कहेगा सॉरी सर, इट्स नॉट अवेलेबल, इट इज ओनली इन सेट. ऐसे ही जूते लेने जा रहे हैं और आप उससे बोलोगे एक काम करो, पेयर में सिर्फ मुझे एक शूज दे दो लेफ्ट फुट के लिए, तो ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. तो कभी कभी कुछ चीजें पेयर में जोड़ी में होती है. तो यहाँ पर ये 2,3, ध्यान दीजिएगा, आपको ये 2 दिखाई दे रहा है, बट अगर कोई पूछे 2 क्या एलिमेंट है ए का, तो आप ध्यान से देखेंगे पहला एलिमेंट 1 है, दूसरा एलिमेंट 2 कॉमा के बीच में सेपरेटेड बाय कॉमाज. ये पूरा 2,3 अ सेट. So the 2 does not belong to A. ये बात ध्यान दीजिए, आपको यहाँ 2 दिखाई दे रहा है, बट 2 के साथ ये पूरा 3 यानी ये पूरा सेट है. अकेला 2, single 2 is not available here. In the same way, if someone asks you, is 4 element of A? The answer is of course 4. यहाँ पर आपको यहाँ 4 दिखाई दे रहा है, लेकिन पूरा एलिमेंट क्या है, 4,5. तो ये बात ध्यान रखनी है हमें सेट लिखते समय, एलिमेंट कौन सा है और कौन सा नहीं. तो यहाँ इतना पूछा है 1 is element of A. Of course 1 is element of A. This is true. We have to tell true or false. So this is true. 4 is element of A. No, not at all. So 4 is not an element of A. This is false. 2,3. This set 2,3. This set is element of A. Yes, this 2,3. This set is element of A. This is correct. That is true. And 5,6 is not element of A. Mind it. 5,6. Yes, 5,6 is not element of A. That means it is true. Saying 5,6 is not element of A. Obviously, अगर यहाँ होता 5,6 is element of A, तो हम लिखते हैं false. क्या लिखते हैं? Is element of A लिखने पे इसको क्या बोलते हैं? False. बट अभी ये कह रहा है 5,6 इज नॉट एलिमेंट ऑफ ए, जो कि बिल्कुल सही है, सत्य बात है, तो हमने इसको कर दिया ट्रू. So this is how we identify whether a given object is an element of a set or not. And to show an element, the Greek alphabet sign epsilon. This epsilon sign is used, and if it is not an element, then simply we cross it. Well, here we have a set C which contains these elements. So obviously the elements are A along with the inverted commas, then AB along with the inverted commas, separated by commas. So there are 4 elements, A, B, C and D. Here again there is a set D. This set D, you can see how many elements can you find here? Only 4. Mind it, there is no comma between 4 and 5. So that means 4, 5 or 45, what we read is a single element. So 1 is an element, 2 is an element, 3 is an element and 45 is an element. Mind it, 4 is not an element. जैसे कि पहले भी बात की थी हमने, कॉमा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. रोको मत जाने दो, बहुत पहले हमने बात की थी. ऑब्वियसली अगर यहां पर कॉमा लगाई जाए तो इसका मतलब होगा रोको मत जाने दो, जबकि अगर कॉमा यहां पर लगाई जाए रोको मत जाने दो. So comma plays an important role while specifying a set. So we must take care to put the commas. The element should not be repeated. Suppose you have some spelling, whatever spelling we have. Suppose I write computer. Now the set of alphabets used in it, C, O, M, P, U, not repeated yet, T, E, R. That's all. Okay. If I take one more letter, suppose I say tool, T-O-O-L, tool. Okay. T-O-O-L. Now, how the set will be prepared? Obviously, it is T, O, L. The O will not be repeated. Similarly, if I take wolf, W-O-L-F, wolf. Okay. So for wolf, the set of letters used in this word is W, O, L, F. Okay. If I take follow, the word follow, F-O-L-L-O-W. Well, we'll get the same set what we have got for wolf. See how. F will be taken once, F. Then O, then F, O one time, then L one time. L has already appeared, O has already appeared, so O will not be repeated, and W. So we are having the same set what we have got in wolf and follow. So the most important thing is the elements in set are not repeated, that we must take care of, and the elements must be separated by commas, and we know how to represent the element. This is E. Epsilon stands for is element of and is not element of or does not belong to. This is the sign. Thank you.